Hello students, in this video we are going to do the second chapter's question from understanding the text. List the steps taken by the captain. Number 1 is to protect the ship when rough weather began. Second is to check the flooding of the water in the ship. First part's answer is in order to protect the ship from rough weather, the captain decided to slow it down. So he dropped the storm jib and lashed heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. It's not stem, it's stern, S-T-E-R-N. Then they double fastened everything and went through their life raft drill. Second is Larry and Herb started pumping out water. The captain stretched canvas and secured waterproof hatch covers across the gaping holes. When the two hand pumps blocked and electric pump short-circuited, he found another electric pump, connected it to an out pipe and started it. Question number 2 is describe the mental condition of the Voyagers on 4th and 5th January. On January 4, the Voyagers felt relieved after 36 hours of continuous pumping out water. They had their first meal in almost 2 days. Their respite was short-lived. They faced dangerous situations on January 5. Fear of death loomed large. They were under great mental stress. Question number 3 is describe the shifts in the narration of the event as indicated in the 3 sections of the text. Give a subtitle to each section. So, the first section describes a peaceful journey from Plymouth, England to 3,500 km east of Cape Town, Africa. The narrator is relaxed and full of confidence as the weather deteriorated. They faced gigantic waves. They took precautions to save themselves and struggled with the disaster. The narration becomes grim, but it exudes the fighting spirit, confidence and strong willpower. By the morning of January 6, Walker rode out the storm and by evening they sighted the Amsterdam Island. The narrator is now relaxed. Joy, relief and complete confidence are apparent. The subtitle to each section is, for section 1 we can write cheerful journey. For section 2 the title can be given like facing the waves. Section 3 searching the island. So I think it's all clear to you. Now we will move toward talking about the text. Question number 1 is what difference did you notice between the reaction of the adults and the children when faced with the danger? There is a lot of difference between the way in which adult and the children reacted when faced with danger. The adults felt the stress of the circumstances but prepared themselves to face or to fight with the dangers. They took sufficient precautions to protect the ship when the rough weather began. They equipped everyone with lifelines, waterproof cloths and life jackets. Larry and Herb worked cheerfully and optimistically for 3 days continuously to pump out water from the ship. Mary replaced the narrator at the wheel when the deck was smashed and steered the ship. She also served them meal after 2 days of struggle against odds. The narrator performed his role as captain with courage, determination, resourcefulness and full responsibility. He undertook repair work and provided apparatus and directions needed to protect the ship. He also helped in steering the ship toward the island. The children suffered silently and patiently. Suzanne, did not want to bother her father with her troubles. Jonathan, acted courageously. He was not afraid to die if all of them perished together. Question number 2 here is, how does the story suggest the optimism help to endure the direst stress? The story suggests that optimism certainly helps to endure the direst stress. The behavior of the 4 adults during crisis bears it out. Larry Vigil and Herb Ziegler were 2 crewmen. As the mighty waves smashed the deck, water entered the ship through many holes and openings. Right from the evening of January 2, Larry and Herb started pumping out water. They worked continuously, excitedly and feverishly for 36 hours. It was a result of their continuous pumping that they reached the last few centimeters of water on January 4. They remained cheerful and optimistic while facing extremely dangerous situations. The narrator did not lose his courage, hope, or presence of mind while facing problems. He did not worry about the loss of equipment. He used whatever was available there. His self-confidence and practical knowledge helped them to steer out of storm and reach the island Amsterdam Island. Mary stayed at the wheel for all those crucial hours. She did not lose hope or courage either. Question number 3 is, what lesson do we learn from such hazardous experience when we are face to face with death? Hazardous experiences may bring us face to face with death, but they impart us many important lessons of conduct. Life is not always a bed of roses. We must react to dangers and risk with patience and fortitude. Adversity is a true test of character. The purity of gold is judged by putting it in fire. The hazardous experience bring out the best in us. Coward persons die many times before their death. Fear is a negative feeling and leads to inactivity and abject surrender to circumstances. Such sailors or soldiers lose the battle against the odds in life. On the other hand, persons with self-confidence, courage, resourcefulness and presence of mind face all the dangers boldly and overcome all disasters. Their sharing and caring attitude inspire others also to face adverse circumstances boldly and tide over them. So question number 3, the answer we have discussed here, but if you want to make its answer by yourself, by putting your thoughts, you can go ahead. Question number 4 is, why do you think people undertake such adventurous expeditions in spite of risk involved? Man is adventurous by nature. The greater the risk, the more the thrill. The thrill of exploring unknown lands, discovering wealth and beauty lying hidden in far off lands, inspire brave hearts to stake their life of rest and repose. Perhaps they value one crowded hour of glory more than a long, uneventful life of sloth and inactivity. It is true that sometimes adventures are quite risky and prove fatal. The failures of some persons do not daunt or discourage the real lover of adventure. They draw lessons from the shortcomings and error of others and make fresh attempts with greater zeal. Part of the charm of an adventurous expedition lies in adapting oneself to the circumstances and overcoming the odds. The success of an adventurous expedition brings name, fame, and wealth. History books are replete with accounts of famous explorers like Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Captain Cook, and Captain Scott. So, this is all about the question we have discussed. I think this video must be clear to those who have listened, who have read and understood the text of this chapter. So, if you wanna to go through the text, you can text me, you can drop a message in my comment box so that I can read it and I will make a video on that, in which will be translated in Hindi also. Thank you so much.